Hey guys, it's Tracy. Welcome back to my channel. So yes, there are a couple of differences. One, I'm wearing glasses. Two, this is sort of a new backdrop I'm trying out. So if you like it, let me know. If you don't, let me know as well. But other than that, today I'm going to be doing a mid-year's favourite. And so far I've actually read a total of, I'm going to check, 32 books out of my 50 goal, which is actually amazing for, the start of the year. I just wanted to share with you guys some of the books that I've read in the past 6 months that I've really loved. I have 4 books that are pretty much outstanding books that I've read for this year, but I do have 3 that I want to do a special mention for, and these are Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Adair, and this is the first book in the Wrath and the Dawn series, I think, and also the Winner's Curse, or the Winner's Trilogy, which includes the Winner's Kiss and the Winner's Crime, which is the second and the third book that was released not too long ago. So these were 3 books that I read this year so far that I really did enjoy, and I found they were fascinating. This was my first read of the year, I'm pretty sure. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars because I thought it was fascinating and a really compelling read, and the storyline was just one where you could definitely be invested in all the characters and all the emotions that's going on. There's so many feels. But I haven't read the second book yet, and I know it's a duology, so I really want to read the second book before I reserve any, I guess, thoughts on the entire series. I did manage to finish this series though, and I really did love it. I have a full review for it. I think I've spoken about this series so often now on this channel that you guys will definitely know all about it. It's a historical fiction sort of type of setting, all about political intrigue as well as romantic relationships between the 2 characters. But I just thought it was a really well written plot as well as great character progression. Full review down below if you want to read about it. I have a full review for all of the books that I'm going to show you guys, so definitely check the description box below to take a look at it. So let's get right into the top 4 books that I've read for this half of the year, and hopefully you guys will enjoy them as well, because I definitely recommend you guys check them out. So let's get to it. So first off, we have Night Film by Marisha Pessl, and this is a adult fiction or adult crime thriller centering around a journalist who is trying to figure out the true story behind a girl's death, and the girl is actually the daughter of a gentleman that he was sort of doing research on, and the gentleman is actually a psychological thriller director, and there's sort of a lot more to his life than what we really think. I just found this so fascinating, so creepy at the same time, but so creative and so smart about how they crack the case, or they discover what's going on. I can definitely see this as a movie and see how it can be directed, because it's that visually stimulating. I could envision everything that was going on in this book. I just thought it was a fascinating read. I loved the addition of articles in the book there, so that it adds to the experience of the reading. So things like that, which is fascinating, but also the cult-like figure. Her characters all had some type of depth to them. Didn't love everything about this book in terms of, I guess, character relationships and stuff like that, but I found the plot to be the most compelling part and the most intriguing thing ever. I just fell in love with this. I thought it was an amazing read. I gave this a full 5 out of 5 stars because I thought it was the best read ever. Just mind-blowing, but so fascinating, because at the end when you finish it, you sort of come full circle and you realize why she's written it like this, and it's just simply an amazing piece of work. Then I have The Trope by Robert Jackson Bennett, and I'm pretty sure if you guys have watched any of my reviews on this or my wrap-up video, you will know that I'm in love with this. So the main character in this book is trying to find his father, who he thinks is the main leader of a circus troupe that's going around. So he just decides to join them, and he's trying to figure out how to tell this guy that, he's the dad. But it's actually so much more than that story. Obviously, you still get the relationship part of it, family, friendship, loyalty, trust, but it just speaks so much in terms of the universe and how we're living here and why we were created, how the universe was created, things like that. It just is so much bigger than the actual story itself, and it's done in such a creative way that I was captivated, and I just love the world of this and how the world was built, as well as all the characters were in it. There are a lot of magical type of / fantasy aspects in this, but it was so good. If you don't read anything out of the 4 books that I show you, definitely give this one a read, because I think it deserves a lot more attention than what it actually has at the moment. 5 out of 5 stars as well. I think all of the books I'm going to show you guys are 5 out of 5 stars. So yeah. Also, these are just in the order that I've read them for the year. Not that I liked the first one more than any of the other ones. But the next one is Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, and this is the first book in the Illuminae files. Don't know if I have to say a lot about this because I'm pretty sure everybody has spoken about it on BookTube. Talks about two mega corporations at war with each other, and the civilizations are on a ship trying to escape the planet that was, I guess, intruded by the other enemy corporation, if that makes any sense. And then you've got these two main characters who are exes, and then they reconnect just through IM chats, and they sort of try to figure out what's going to happen to them, how they're going to survive. It's a fascinating read because of the way that the book is actually written. So it's a very unique way of putting a book together. So it's done through IM chats, interview dialogues, you know, descriptions of things. So like that is absolutely gorgeous. Diagrams of things like that. And despite the length of it, I flew through this in one sitting because it was so good. Like, I just couldn't stop myself because I was on edge all the time. I really wanted to know what was going on. It was written in a way it was really easy to read as well. You could process the information really well. I'll find that a lot of books tend to just go, bam, this is all the information and you need to process it. But in Illuminae, it's done really descriptively and really creatively. So you've got the diagrams, you've got the web info pages, things like that, so you can go back and refer to them if you need to and know where it is. So yeah, I just found this an amazing read. Lastly, we have Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, and I'm so sad that I did not read this earlier, but now that I have, it is the most rave thing that I've been talking about for the past 2 months. Again, YA sci-fi set in a world where you can live in a virtual reality world, Oasis, and you can do just the normal things that people would do in real life, so go to school, have a job, things like that. And the main character in this loves the virtual reality world more than his own life, because on this he can actually do the things he wants to do and not be sort of judged for it, things like that, and also because his real life world isn't as great. And suddenly he is part of this adventure where they're going on a hunt to actually find a couple of different things that the owner of the virtual reality world has popped into there, and whoever wins gets a reward at the end. And it is a fascinating world. You will fall in love with Oasis. I have fallen in love with Oasis and I really want to go there. It's one of those worlds where I wish it was in real life because it would be amazing just to be part of it. I also love the relationship developments that happen in here, the characters that are written in here. Whenever I go to work, I recommend people to read this. So far I've got 4 people on board and 3 of them love it. Like, they love the idea of this. One of them has actually finished it and he loves it as well. So you really can't go wrong with Ready Player One, and the movie's about to come out as well. So if you want to read this before the movie comes out, definitely do it, because you're going to be able to get so much more information out of this. And I love that there are references to 80s culture, so pop references in there, so it is relatable to a lot of other readers. Don't fool yourself because it's just YA. You'll still be able to pick up some things. I didn't really grow up through that era, but I still understood most things, and it really brought down, I guess, the sci-fi nature or the futuristic nature of it, so you're not feeling too lost, which is a positive out of this. But definitely give this a read. I implore you to read this. So these were the 4 books that I read during the first half of this year, and I absolutely love them. I definitely think that you guys should check them out because they are worth the read. All of these were 5 out of 5 stars for me. If you have any recommendations, definitely leave a comment down below letting me know what books to read next, which ones you loved for this year already so far. And that's about it for this video. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye!